All right, people, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever is applicable on your time standards. Uh, I'm sorry that we were not able to upload regular videos on the straight line topic that we had started, but henceforth I will make sure that videos are uploaded on a regular basis to help you out. So we will continue with the topic of straight lines, and we will basically come to the intercept form of a line. Okay. So we will come to the topic of intercept form of a line. So first we will prove what basically this is, and then we will do some sums, and then we will do some problems, most of which are from the book of R.D. Sharma, and so that your concepts are absolutely clear about it. Okay. So let's understand what is basically intercept form of a line. So the equation of intercept form of a line states this, that x by a upon y by b is equal to 1. X by a plus y by b is equal to 1, where a is basically the x intercept and b is basically the y intercept. So we have here x as the a as the x intercept and b as the y intercept. So we will quickly follow and prove this out. So let's say we have a line here, we have any line here, okay, and let's say this line basically makes an angle of theta. So we have already learned from the previous videos, if you have not, please do watch it, that the slope of a line is basically tan of the angle that the line makes with the positive direction of x-axis. Okay, slope of a line is basically the angle, tan of the angle that the line makes with the positive direction of x-axis. So we have here m is equal to tan theta. Now let's say or let's take it this way, so that it cuts off intercepts on both the axes. So let's say we have here, okay, so this is basically a line which is cutting off intercept of a on the x-axis and which is cutting off an intercept of y on the y-axis. Okay. So we have here intercepts basically on x-axis and y-axis. So what we do is we take any arbitrary point xy. Okay. So P with coordinates x and y, is an arbitrary point. Arbitrary basically means any point on the basis of which we can define the equation of the line. Okay, so this is basically an arbitrary point xy, and we will take this as, okay, so arbitrary point we have here as xy. Okay, so how will we do this? So what we do here is we drop a perpendicular from here and we also drop a perpendicular from here. So let's say we name this, let's say this is O, this is A, and this is B, and let's say this is line L. Okay, so now let's say if we join this, if we join OP. Okay, so if we calculate, let's say we have named this as A and this is B, so let's say we name this as C and D. Okay, so now area of triangle OCD, what will this triangle area be? Area of triangle OCD will be equal to area of triangle OPD, area of triangle OPD plus area of triangle OPC, area of triangle OPC. Okay, so area of triangle OCD, this will be equal to half into base, that is OC, into height, that is OD, half into base into height. Okay, and if we look into area of triangle OPD, again half into OD into half into OD into height, that is OP, half into OD into OP. Okay, so let's this will be, height is OB here. Okay, and this will be half into base, that is OC, into base into height. Okay, so half into OC into OD, half into OC into OD. OC we know is A and OD we know is B. So we can write it here as half AB. This should be equal to half. This should be equal to half OD. OD means OD here. OD means this entire thing. Okay. So this will be how much? This is A, this is B. Okay. So half into OD, that is B, into OB. OB. Now look at this. This is XY. So obviously this point will be, OB will be how much? This will be obviously Y. Okay. So this will be Y plus half into OC. OC is how much? Is this visible? Okay. This is pretty much visible. Half into OC. OC is how much? OC is basically A into AP. AP is how much? AP here is AP. Oh, I'm sorry. This would be, I am so sorry. This would be actually X. So we have here, this will be PB. I am so sorry. This will be PB. Half into OD into PB. Half into B into Y. Half into B into X. I'm sorry. Half into B into X plus half into A into this portion, that is B. Half into A into, I am so sorry, B. So this is basically distance Y. Okay. So we have here half. This half gets cancelled obviously. Okay. So what we have here is AB is equal to BX plus AY. Now if we happen to divide this entire equation by AB, what we get here is 1 x by BX by AB. We can say AB by AB is equal to BX plus AY by AB. Okay, so this gets cancelled. We get 1 here. B and B get cancelled. So we get X by A and A and A get cancelled. So we get Y by B. So this is basically the standard form, or basically we can say that this is the intercept form of a line. This is basically the intercept form of a line. Intercept form of a line. This is equation in intercept form of a line. So we will do certain problems and we will get our concepts clarified. You can take a snapshot of the same. Okay, find the equation of the straight line whose intercepts on the x and y axis are respectively twice and thrice of those by the line 3x plus 4y is equal to 2a. Okay, a pretty easy question here. Let's look at it, how we can make this easy. So where we have this given equation. Okay, given equation is this. So 3x plus 4y is equal to 12. 3 and 4 have a common LCM of 12. So we divide this entire equation by 12. What do we get? 3x by 12 plus 4y by 12 is equal to 12 by 12. That should be x by 4 plus y by 3 is equal to 1. X by 4 plus y by 3 is equal to 1. Okay. Now x by 3 plus y by 4 is equal to 1 can be correlated to the intercept form of a line, which is x by a plus y by b is equal to 1, which means that the given line has intercepts a which is equal to 4 and b which is equal to 3. A which is equal to 4 and b which is equal to 3. Okay, clear? Are we getting this, people? Okay, so the given line has intercepts a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 3. Okay, so now the line for which we have to find the equation, okay, on the x and y axis respectively are thrice by the line. So the intercepts on the x and y axis respectively are twice. Now the line for which the equation needs to be determined has x intercept a as equal to twice of 4, that is equal to twice of this, that is 8, and b is equal to thrice of those by the line, thrice of those. So 3 into 3, so that will be 9. So the equation of the line is x by 8 plus y by 9 is equal to 1. Okay. So, x by 8. So, here we have been given a line on the basis of which we have to find out the equation of another line, and we have been given that the x intercept is twice and thrice of those by the line. So, that is how we will calculate this entire thing. Okay. You can take a snapshot while we move on to the next problem. Okay. So, we have two more questions here. Okay. Find the so we will take this one up first. Find the equation of a line which cuts off equal and positive intercepts from the axis and passes through the point alpha beta. Okay. So let us say let the line cut off intercepts of A from x and y axis. Okay, because it is written here positive and both are equal. So, what can we write here? Point intercept form, we can write x by a plus y by a is equal to 1, which is basically what? X by a plus y by b is equal to 1. Now, since b is equal to a, so here it will be x by a plus y by a is equal to 1, which can be written as x plus y is equal to a, which can be written as x plus y is equal to a. Now if we have to look at alpha beta, okay, so now since the point alpha beta lies on the line, so we can say alpha plus beta is equal to a, because it will fulfill the condition of both x and y. So, alpha plus beta is equal to a, that is something that we can certainly write, and if this is true, then we can say that x plus y, see this a can be replaced by alpha plus beta. A was our assumption, we had to eliminate a, that is all. This will be the correct equation of the line. Okay. The second question that we have here, find the equation of the line through 2, 3 so that the segment of the line intercepted between the axes is bisected at this point. So, the bisecting point is 2, 3. Find the equation of the line 2, 3 so that the segment of the line intercept between the axis. Okay. So, let us draw the barriers out here so that we have enough of space here. We just check, will we be able to fit this? Okay, so we have here this is basically the line, x intercept is a and y intercept is b. So, we can say that x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. This is something that we can certainly and for sure write. I think there is a problem in the camera. Is it completely visible? Okay, this seems to be okay so far. Okay, so we have here x by a plus y by b is equal to 1, the intercepts here, and it is bisected. The segment of the line intercepted between the axes is bisected at this point, where? At 2 and 3. Okay. So, x by a and y by b plus y by b is equal to 1. Okay. So, we can say that this is basically the bisector of the line. So, see, if I look into this line, this will have coordinates what? A and 0, and this will have coordinates 0 and b. Okay. So, the line with coordinates A0 and 0b will have midpoints as a plus 0 by 2 and b plus 0 by 2. So, that will be a by 2 and b by 2. So, basically this is the same as a by 2 and b by 2. If this is the case, we can say a by 2 is equal to 2 and b by 2 is equal to 3. So, this gives us a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 6. A is equal to 4 and b is equal to 6. So, we can write the equation of the line as x by 4 plus y by 6 is equal to 1. x by 4 plus y by 6 is equal to 1. Okay, so those were the two problems that we were dealing with. You can take a snapshot of the same. Okay, so we take these questions again on the slope intercept form. Find the equation of the line which passes through the point 3, 4 and the sum of the intercepts on the axis is 14. Okay, so let's say we have here x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. The sum of the intercepts is 14, which means a plus b is equal to 14. Okay, a plus b is equal to 14. Now x and this point passes through point 3 and 4. So we can put the value of x as 3 and y as 4 in this equation. So this will be 3 by a plus 4 by b. 4 by b is equal to 1. A plus b is equal to 14, which will mean 3 by a plus 4 by b is equal to 1. Okay, so in this case we can say that, let's say we substitute the value of b. This is 14 minus a. B is equal to 14 minus a. From this equation we can get this, and we can substitute this value here, which is 3 by a plus 4 by 14 minus a is equal to 1, which would mean a into 14 minus a, and this will be 3 into 14 minus a plus 4 into a is equal to 1, which would mean 14 3s are 42 minus 3a plus 4a is equal to 14a minus a square. So this would mean this a square would come here, and we have 14a minus 3a, that will be 4a minus 3a, that will be a minus 14a, that will be minus 13a, minus 13a plus 42 is equal to 0. So a square comes here, 4a minus 3a, that is a minus 14a will be minus 13a plus 42 is equal to 0. So we have it here in this way. Okay, so if we solve this 42, this will be 221 3 7 7 1 7 2s are 14 and are we going wrong? 221 3 7s are 21 7 1s are 7. Are we going wrong here? Okay, basically 42 is 6 into 7. 42 is equal to 6 into 7. Yes, so this will be a square minus 6a minus 7a plus 42 is equal to 0, which would mean a into a minus 6 minus 7 into a minus 6 is equal to 0. So this would mean a minus 6 into a minus 7 is equal to 0. So either a is equal to 6 or a is equal to 7. A is equal to 6 or a is equal to 7. So accordingly b will be equal to, we can substitute the value here, 14 minus a, that is 8, 14 minus 6, that is 8, or b is equal to 14 minus 7, 14 minus 7, that will be 7. So the equation of the line could be x by 6 plus y by 8 is equal to 1, which is combining these two, or the equation of the line would be x by 7 plus y by 7 is equal to 1 by combining these two. So x by 6 plus y by 8 is equal to 1, or x by 7 plus y by 7 is equal to 1. It can get you both the answers here. Okay, you can take a snap of the same. We will proceed ahead with the next one. We will just proceed ahead with the next one here. Find the equation of the line which cut off intercepts on the axis whose sum and product are 1 minus 6. Okay, so sum is a plus b, that is 1, and product is ab, that is minus 6. See, if you have the value of a plus b and if you have the value of a b, then you can find out the value of a minus b. How? We all know the algebraic equation a minus b whole square will be equal to a plus b whole square minus 4ab. So this will be a plus b whole square, that is 1 square, minus 4 into ab value is minus 6. So this will be 1 plus 24, that is 25. So a minus b is equal to under root of 25, that will give you plus minus 5. So a minus b has two values, plus and minus 5. So if we take a minus b is equal to plus 5 and we put the value of a plus b as 1, which is given, this gets cancelled. 2a is equal to 6, that gives you a is equal to 3. In that case, the value of b will be equal to 1 minus a, that is 1 minus 3, that is minus 2. So we have one set of equations here as this. Okay, now taking a minus b is equal to minus 5. So in this case, a plus b is equal to 1. If we happen to add them, 2a is equal to minus 4. So a will have a value of minus 2, and simultaneously b will have a value of 1 minus a. So that will be 1 minus minus 2, that is 3. So b will have a value of 3. In this case, the equation of the line will be x. Okay, so here we have one set as x by 3 plus y by 2 minus 2 is equal to 1, which we can write as, if we multiply this by 6, 2x minus 3y is equal to 6. This will be one equation. Okay, in the other one we have x by a, that is minus 2, plus y by 3 is equal to 1. Again get this multiplied by 6. So this will be minus 3x plus 2y is equal to 6. So here are the two equations which we can get out of this problem. Okay. So that was it for these two questions. You can take a snapshot of the same. Okay. So we have here a line passes through the point 3 minus 2. Find the locus of the middle point or the portion of the line intercepted between the axes. So let's look at this line here. This is basically the line which is going like this. Okay, it passes through the point 3 and minus 2. So let's say it passes through any point 3 minus 2, 3 and minus 2. Okay, let's say this is the x intercept and this is the y intercept. So we have here x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. Now since x and y lie on this line and 3 and minus 2 also lies on this line, so we can say that 3 by a minus 2 by b is equal to 1. Now let's say this is basically the midpoint of the line. Now we have here the coordinate as a0 and 0b. Okay, so the midpoint of this line, let's say the midpoint is p. So the midpoint p has coordinates a plus 0 by 2, 0 plus b by 2. That will be a by 2 and b by 2. The midpoint will have coordinates a by 2 and b by 2, a by 2 and b by 2. This will be the coordinate for the midpoint of the line. Okay, now we can, so in this case we can say, let's say we call the midpoint as h and k. If we say this is h and k, so h can be called as a by 2 and k can be called as b by 2. So a is equal to 2h and k, b is equal to 2k. So if we substitute these values in this line, okay, x by a, that is 2h plus minus, okay, so a here is 2h and minus 2 by b, that is 2k is equal to 1, which is going to give us x by 2h minus k is equal to 1. X by 2h minus k is equal to 1. Now this will be the equation of the locus of all the points. So therefore we can say that the locus of the midpoint will be x by okay. So we have here h and k. The locus of the midpoint, we have here x and k. Let me just check this out. So this will be basically 3 by a 3 by a, that is how much? 3 by a 2h minus 2 by minus k, basically minus k is equal to 1. So in this case we can say 3 by x minus y is equal to this. So 3 if we multiply this by 2x, we get 6x we get here 3 minus 2xy is equal to 2x, or we can say 2x plus 2xy is equal to 3. Okay, so this will be the equation of the line. Okay, can take a snapshot of the same. Okay, so we will now discuss the normal point form of a line. Just 1 minute here. Okay, so we have the normal point form of a line. So what do we mean here? Let's say we have a line here going like this. Okay, so this will obviously be a line which is intersecting both the a and the both the x and the y axis. We have the y axis here and the x axis here. Supposing from the origin we drop a perpendicular. This is called the normal point form of a line. So what normal means is basically a perpendicular that we have drawn. Okay, so let's say the length of this perpendicular is p, and this makes an angle of alpha. This makes an angle of alpha with the x axis. If this makes an angle of alpha with the x axis, then normal point form of the line will be p is equal to x cos alpha plus y sin alpha. How do we get this? See, derivations are not important in mathematics, but in mathematics we go more for the applications rather than derivations. But if you look into the derivation part of it, a lot of concepts become clear. So I would rather suggest that go through each and every derivation and proof, so that you have a clear concept of what is being taught and what is being correlated to. Okay, so let's say we have this as alpha. Okay, now what do? We take any arbitrary point. Let's say we take, so this is small p, basically length of the perpendicular. Let's say we take a point q which has got coordinates as x and y. Now obviously this, if I drop a perpendicular here, the length of this perpendicular would be y. Now let's say from the foot of this perpendicular we draw another perpendicular to this normal. So this basically is a perpendicular. Okay, let's say we name this as O, this as M, this as N. Okay, now again on this one we drop a perpendicular. So let's say the foot of this perpendicular is N. Let's say we name this as PQ, let's say R. Okay, any names here. Okay, and let's say this is S. Okay, so a complicated figure basically. So if you look into this by construction we can say that quadrilateral MNQN. We need to name this something else. Let's say NOQRS, let's say T. Okay, so quadrilateral MTQN definitely is a rectangle. MTQN is basically a rectangle. Okay, so now if we consider this is angle alpha. Look at this very carefully. Okay, so this is alpha. So obviously this angle will be what? This is 90. So obviously this will be 90 minus alpha. Now this is 90. So this angle will be alpha. 90 minus alpha will be alpha. Okay, so if this is alpha, this is 90. So obviously this angle is going to be 90 minus alpha. Okay, all right. So in let's say triangle OMR. Okay, OMR. What will be the length of this one? See, it is XY. So obviously the length of this portion will be X, the length of this portion will be X, and the length of this portion is Y. So if we look at it here, OM, or rather OR, OM by OM, base upon hypotenuse, OR will be equal to cos alpha. So OM is equal to OR cos alpha, and OR we know is X. So this will be X cos alpha. So OM will be equal to X cos alpha. Okay, we have calculated the value of OM. Okay, now let's come to this one. Okay, this triangle. In triangle TQR, look at this very carefully. Okay, we have here QT. Again, this is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, upon QR. In this triangle, it is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, is equal to sine alpha. So QT will be QR sine alpha. So that means QR is what? Y sine alpha. Now since we have already shown that MTQN is a rectangle, so obviously we will have QT as equal to NM. Opposite sides of a rectangle are equal, opposite sides of a rectangle. So these two will be equal. Okay, so we can say that NM will have a value of Y sine alpha. Now look at this very carefully. Okay, if we consider this ON will be equal to OM plus MN or NM, whatever you want to say. Okay, so for OM we have X cos alpha, and for NM we have Y sine alpha, and ON we know is the length of the perpendicular, which is given as P. So P is equal to X cos alpha plus Y sin alpha. Just to reiterate once again, this is basically a line. From the origin we are dropping a perpendicular to this line. The length of this perpendicular is P, and this perpendicular P is making an angle of alpha with the positive direction of X axis. So in that case we can say that P is equal to X cos alpha plus Y sin alpha. How do we prove this? Okay, what we do is we from Q, when we take an arbitrary point XY which falls on this line, Now obviously if we draw a perpendicular, the length of this perpendicular will be Y, and what we do here is from the foot of this perpendicular to the X axis we draw another perpendicular which intersects the perpendicular at, let's say, a point M. Okay, now from Q on this line Rn we drop another perpendicular. Let's say the foot of this perpendicular is T. So obviously this is perpendicular, and this is perpendicular by construction. This is given, these are two perpendiculars by construction. So obviously this has to be a rectangle. Three angles, so the fourth angle obviously has to be a 90-degree angle. So this will be a rectangle, which means that QT will be equal to NM. So QT will be equal to NM, opposite angles of a rectangle. Now when we come to this triangle, this base upon hypotenuse is cos alpha. Base upon hypotenuse is cos alpha. So OM will be equal to OR cos alpha. So OM will be equal to X cos alpha. Now in triangle TQR, if we notice very carefully, TQR. So if this angle is alpha in this triangle, obviously this will be 180 minus 90 plus alpha. Okay, so this will be 90 minus alpha. This angle is going to be 180 degree minus 90 plus alpha. So this will be 90 minus alpha. Now if this happens to be 90 minus alpha, this is 90. So this will be 90 minus alpha. So this will be alpha. So now we take QT. Let's say QT by QR is equal to sine alpha. QT by QR is equal to sine alpha. So QT is equal to QR sine alpha. So QT is equal to Y sine alpha. QT will be equal to Y sine alpha. Okay. So in case of ON, if we look at this entire ON, this will be OM plus NM. So OM we know is X cos alpha, and NM is Y sine alpha. So P will be equal to X cos alpha plus Y sine alpha. Okay, an important derivation, because in future a lot of things are correlated to this derivation, which we are going to see and correlate. Okay, so you can take a snapshot of the same. Okay, so we have this problem from the topic of normal point form of a line. Okay, so find the equation of a line upon which, so let's say upon which the length of the perpendicular from the origin. So we have the length of the perpendicular from the origin as 3 under root 2 units, and this perpendicular makes an angle of 75 degree with the positive direction of x axis, with the positive direction of x axis. So here we have, let's say, the x axis and the y axis. Okay, so how will we do this? So perpendicular is equal to x cos alpha plus y sin alpha. Length of the perpendicular is 3 under root 2. This will be x cos 75 degree plus y sin 75 degree. Now it's all about calculating this 75 degree angle. So if we say cos 75 can be written as cos 45 plus 35. Now cos A plus B is cos A cos A cos B, cos A cos B minus sin A sin B, cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So this will be 1 by under root 2 into cos 30, that is 1 by 2, minus 1 by under root 2, 1 by under root 2 into sin 30. Sin 30 will be under root 3 by 2. So this will be 1 minus under root 3 by 2 root 2. Okay, and similarly sin 75 can be written as sin 45 plus 30, which is basically equal to sin 45 degree cos 30 degree sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. Okay, sin A plus B. So sin 45 is 1 by under root 2, cos 30 is under root 3 by 2 plus cos 45 is 1 by under root 2 into sin 30 is 1 by 2. So this will be under root 3 by 2 under root 2 plus 1 by 2 under root 2. So this will be under root 3 plus 1 by 2 under root 2. This is 1 minus cos 45 cos 30 minus sin 45 sin 30. 1 by under root 2 into 1 by 2, 1 by under root 2 under root 3. So okay, I am going wrong. Sin 45 is 1 by 2, cos 30 is under root 3 by 2. Yes, so we are here under root 3, sorry. Okay, so this will be cos 75. Now putting the values here, 3 under root 2, if we look at this, 3 under root 2 will be equal to x into under root 3 minus 1, under root 3 and minus 1, 2 under root 2, okay, plus y under root 3 plus 1, that's 2 under root 2. So this is going to be, so if I multiply this 3 under root 2 into 2 under root 2 is equal to under root 3 minus 1 into x plus under root 3 plus 1 into y. So this will be 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12. So this will be 12 is equal to under root 3 minus 1 into x plus under root 3 plus 1 into y. This will be the equation of the line. Okay, so you can take a snapshot and we will proceed ahead with the next.